Next to the beautiful San Francisco Bay, 40 miles from where Candlestick Park once stood. We're at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California. Punter Mitch Wishnowski ready to do the honors. And off we go in Santa Clara. He'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. And this drive will start inside the 25. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. This drive will begin with Hubbard. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Gonna be 2nd down.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Hubbard again. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Brought down by Fred Warner.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, kid, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. Now they'll throw out of the gun. And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on 3rd down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. 4th down coming up. The Rams are set to punt. Christian McCaffrey on the 49ers return. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. He's got this at the 27. And he found some space to do a little damage there before they bottle him up. He manages 13 on this punt return. And the 49ers will go on offense. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. First play, he's going to throw. Purdy. Kittle brings it in. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. Double the distance to go after that holding call. It's now 1st and 20. Back to throw. Here's Purdy. That one's complete right side. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. The rookie from Clemson in on that stop.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Here we go, 2nd and very long. That one's complete over the middle. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
3rd and short. Here's Purdy. On target to Garindo. Racing down the left side. They're going to move the chains after a big play. 39 yards.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Here's the first carry for Christian McCaffrey. And that's a huge hit there, but he's still able to power through enough for a 1st and goal.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. Will take it in for the San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers get a perfect start. They've gone up 6-0. Christian McCaffrey, the touchdown. PAT up and good for Moody. And the 49ers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Wishnowski now to handle the kickoff. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun and give to Hubbard. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Here's 2nd and 14. Cox, this is Xavier Leggett. And they crush him right near the marker. It looks close, but yep, Brock, I think he safely got that 1st down before the hit.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Throwing with a blitz on the way. Anticipated the quick staccato pass there. It's knocked away. Incomplete. Puka Nacua the target on that throw. So that brings up 2nd down.
With all due respect to some of the great linebackers back in the day, to play the position today, man, you've got to be versatile. You can't just be a come up and stuff the run. You got to play coverage. And these defenses more and more rely on you to break up throws just like that.
2nd and 10 now. Caught deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And this is picked up by the 49ers! And San Francisco takes the return to the end zone. Touchdown! The 49ers take a 13-0 lead. Moody knocks that extra point through. And the 49ers drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Nice little energy on their sideline after that fumble return scored, and with plenty of energy, he'll send this one away. Chooses to bring this one out. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Running with Hubbard out of the gun. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. Looking to the air here. Fits it through the middle. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
A quarter down, 3 more to go for these NFC West opponents. It's a 2-score game early. Back to Levi Stadium right after this. Time for the 2nd quarter of play. It's Rams football. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. They're throwing it. That's on target, Puka Nacua. And they make the tackle at the 38. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
First and 10, it's Hubbard. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Brought down by Fred Warner. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost, and he busts those tackles.
From the 33 on 2nd down. Oh, tried forcing it to the slants. It's intercepted. And the 49ers will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
You know, I can still hear the call all the way up in the booth. Okie, Okie! That's what that whole defense screams after an interception, and you see everybody getting involved. That nearly went for a house call. Just an incredible effort by that offense to run it down. But even with that, they will take that Okie any day. What a huge pick in return for that defense.
Headed out right. On target. Massive hit. The ball is out. Picked up by the Rams.
Hey, Kate, these last few minutes make me want to look away. A really rough series of events here for an old retired quarterback to watch.
Wish you could see him up here. All these turnovers not doing it for you, partner?
Well, the interception, I mean, start there. But immediately then fumbling the ball right back over, that's none too good either. And they know they just fumbled away a critical opportunity.
Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Fights off the pressure. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and of course, it's the incompletion.
And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
3rd and long for him here. Complete beyond the marker. They touch him down, but a great pickup, and it's good for a first.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He's going to push one deep down the right. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done, incomplete.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball, too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge gain.
Escapes the pocket. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Play action on first down. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. The first carry now for Kyron Williams. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. So now a much tougher task here as they come up on 2nd and 20. So it's the 2-minute warning here from the home of the faithful. The Rams driving ahead. They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. They've got a man in motion. Throwing on 2nd and real long here. No one open, so he chucks this to another county.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Back to throw now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
3rd and long, and that coordinator decides to dial up the pressure, and they get to the quarterback. You know why I love this call, Kate? It's not just because of the aggressive makeup, but you really dictate to that offense. 3rd and extra long is a great time to blitz, because either you get home like that, or the ball's got to come out way short of the sticks. Job well done defensively.
And they bring him down to put a stop to that return. That punt goes 63 yards. And they're going to take over possession. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Purdy looking to throw. He'll get it to Brandon Ayuk. It's a 33-yard gain and a fresh set of downs.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And he's got a nice run. That reaches the 26. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3. Here's Purdy to throw. Brought in by Ayuk. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their 1st. Up to the line, and they're set, 1st and 10. They'll try it right with McCaffrey. And he drives this forward to the 6. Timeout taken by the offense, their 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Shotgun snap for Purdy. Has it in close. And that's a huge hit there, but he's still able to power through enough for a 1st and goal. The 49ers will call their 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. From inside the 1, here's 1st and goal. From the gun is Purdy. He's on the move. And he will score. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers get more points to end a lopsided first half. George Kittle, the touchdown. PAT up and good for Moody. And the 49ers stretch their lead to 21. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on first down. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Just before halftime, we get a timeout. Take it. Here comes the final play of our first half. Throwing it just before halftime. He gets this one to Nakua. And he works this to the 38 before going down. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Cardi has it all teed up and ready to send it away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Now Purdy. That throw finds Kittle. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
They'll head up first and 10 from the 42. Purdy throwing here. Launches one deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to score. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers grow the lead coming out of halftime. It's a Brandon Ayuk touchdown. Moody knocks that extra point through. And the 49ers continue piling on to this lead. Here's Wishnowski now to handle the kickoff. From his own end zone, here we go. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. And the drive will start out with a first and 10. Throwing now from the gun. Able to find Nakua here. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Back to pass on 1st and 10. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Chased out to his right. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. How about a big hitter, 30, 40 yards there and a new set of downs?
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Has it down close. And that's a huge hit there, but he's still able to power through enough for a 1st and goal.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. From the red zone now. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well, no luck on his first look of the game. So now it'll be 2nd and goal. Hubbard. And he runs it across. Touchdown. The Rams start the 2nd half with some needed points. Chuba Hubbard with the touchdown. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
Cardi with the extra point. And the Rams cut the lead by a quarter, down now to 21.
Joshua Cardi to kick off for the Rams.
Cardi has it all teed up and ready to send it away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30. Purdy to throw it. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down.
Oh, look at those savvy linebackers. They're just right in the middle of everything, aren't they, Kate? And it seems like at times they are the quickest reactions as well. He needed a quick one right there to get a finger on the throw and change its direction.
And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, they were hoping to get outside and meet those guys at the 2nd level. Well, someone from the 2nd level came to beat him on his turf. And that meeting didn't go so well.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. He fires one deep down the middle. Big gain downfield. At the 20. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers trying to end this before the final quarter. George Kittle, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Well, as they drive forward to one right now, looks like it should be a win, Brock. He sure has taken advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His 2nd touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you just kind of feel these two building some trust, right? Just more and more equity, certainly paying dividends in this one, but more than likely for more games to come.
Rams 7. Mitch Wishnowsky to kick off for San Francisco.
Here's Wishnowsky now to handle the kickoff. Chooses to bring this one out. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. This is reeled in by Leggett. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down. Now looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. Got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do get home with that sack.
Trying again, following the sack. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. He was looking Xavier Leggett's way there. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Back to throw. He has the 1st over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Excellent pickup to move the chains. 36 yards in the end. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Pass complete to Mechie. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
That one complete. He takes a pop, and the ball comes out. And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play. Only 1 quarter remaining now in these teams' regular season. It's 49ers football, and they are hurting for points. They start this quarter with a huge lead. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Throwing now, following the turnover. He's trying to push the field. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. He got 2nd down. That throw was looking for Brandon Ayuk. And it sets up 2nd down.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
Purdy now on 2nd and 10. That finds Ayuk complete. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
On 1st and 10, it's McCaffrey. And all that for a single yard. What an effort to get what he could there. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Back to throw, here's Purdy. Brought in by Ayuk. What a hit, he gets flattened to the ground.
I feel so bad, I really do, and I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today, because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you, well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
Third and short, here's Purdy. That's caught for the first. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Shotgun snap for Purdy. Has him on the quick hitter. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
To throw again, it's Purdy. Short pass brought in. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it brings up a San Francisco 1st down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
And stop me if you've heard this before, Brock. They've scored again, and they grow that lead further. The 49ers keep running away with this. Isaac Guerrero with the touchdown. Ooh, baby, Brock, this one has gotten well out of hand.
You think so? I think this is utter domination. Going to be a lot of questions to be answered. I'm going to guess this is a press conference the coach isn't looking forward to.
PAT up and good for Moody. And the 49ers grow their lead yet again. Here's Wishnowski now to handle the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He puts some juice on a deep throw down the middle.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. He's dropping back to throw. Completed over the middle. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
to throw here on first down. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the field. He's got it inside the 10. It's an LA touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Joshua Carney to kick off for the Rams.
Cardi has it all teed up and ready to send it away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. This will be the last play before our 2-minute warning. They'll start this one on the ground with McCaffrey. And he found some running room for a nice gain. We've reached the 2-minute warning in Santa Clara. 49ers moments away from celebrating their 14th win this season. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
Let's go.
Purdy setting up that play action. Catch is made down the right sideline. Dukes out a one-stop. Here he goes again. And the scoring will never end. It's another touchdown. The 49ers continue piling it on here in the 4th. George Kittle, the touchdown. His 3rd through the air this game. That one right down the middle. And the 49ers continue adding on to that lead.
To kick off for San Francisco.
Here's Wishnowski now to handle the kickoff. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Throwing it to start this drive. Trying to push it deep downfield. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. That's Diamador Lenore. And the 49ers take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick six. Yeah, it stinks for the offense, but that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
And he pushed deep in enemy territory with that, down inside the 25.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now. Wow, they're going to pass it here. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete. No luck finding George Kittle with that one. And now they'll face a 3rd and 3. Looking to throw, Purdy. Complete beyond the marker. And stop me if you've heard this before, Brock. They've scored again, and they grow that lead further. The 49ers running them out of the building. Moody knocks that extra point through. And the 49ers tack on 7 more to their lead.
Rams 14. Wishnowski to kick off for San Francisco.
Here's Wishnowski now to handle the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Timeout taken by Los Angeles. It's 2nd. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting the 1st. Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already to midfield. From midfield now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Another try following the sack. That one complete to Higbee. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. Now the Rams are going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
Third down from the gun. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes.
Man, with how hard it is, Kate, to get these plays down the field, can't let the coverage off the hook with a drop. Just can't happen. But you're going to see it right here. He saw the open space ahead of him and started running before he ever brought the ball fully in.
Desperation time here on 4th. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. They can't connect as the coverage comes through with a 4th down stand.
Hey, I get it's already over, but go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. So the 49ers take the win here in front of the faithful in Santa Clara. And they get one more victory in a division champion season. That, of course, not the